So Square Enix has been losing money over the past couple of months. This shouldn't be too surprising to anybody. Not past year, because Square Enix has been releasing a lot of very mediocre games, despite the success of Dragon Quest III, which again that game was released at the end of the year, so that should be do no one surprise if it's released at the end of the year. Yeah, but Square Enix has lost a lot of money this year, dropping revenue by 10%. Final Fantasy XIV Downtrail sold well, but again, most of the games released this year were either games that were not too popular, like Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters, or Dragon Quest Monsters of Dark Prince, which I don't think sold pretty well outside of Japan. As well, I know Japan loves Dragon Quest, obviously, they love that game series, but when it comes to game sales and game series, Dragon Quest is not too popular outside of Japan. Okay, I wish Dragon Quest fans would realize this, that Dragon Quest isn't too popular outside of Japan. And, you know, Dragon Quest 3 HD Remake sold pretty well, obviously. But here, but games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth didn't really do too well. Square probably spent a lot of money on that game, and guess what? You had the usual suspects saying that that game's going to sell millions of copies because of a beat scene. Yeah, literally. The whole reason they said they wanted to buy the game was because there was a beat scene in the game. Like, almost nobody cared about that. Which means the game didn't really sell too well, because, again, if they really believed that people would buy Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because there was a beat scene of Tifa and Aerith in it where they were in bikinis, that would sell the game, that would sell millions of copies. And that's just not how the world works. I wish these people would read, the Fandom Menace or whoever would realize that's not how the world works. Stellar Blade, if you look at the actual financial sales by the company reported financial sales, Stellar Blade, if it sold 1 million copies, okay, and we're not even talking about the game being discounted either, okay. Let's just say that, let's just say, let's just say Stellar Blade made $42 million, and let's just say the average was around $30. Well, guess what? The game only sold $600. Let's just include the discounted copies, and yes, the game would have sold at least $1.4 million because you have the lower copy sales, the discounted sales, obviously, as well. Because of course, you can't always just say, oh, it's just $70, but Stellar Blade didn't really sell too well. Okay, compared to, let's just say, Nintendo made up $1 billion on Tears of the Kingdom. Well, Nintendo actually reports sales on Tears of the Kingdom, but, Tears of the Kingdom would have sold $14 million. Okay, if it was at $30, which means Nintendo has made more than $1 billion on Tears of the Kingdom. But sift up the developers of, and most of the money is actually coming from like those the swap games that they release, like Goddess of Nikki. Guess what? It's another game that is basically appealing towards WoWicon, porn, anime porn fans and stuff, those types of people. But they really got mad when Square stopped appealing towards those people. Like, really? You really like that stuff that much that you have to protest Square Enix because because Tifa doesn't have big enough boobs or something like that? Like, no one cares. Okay? But Square has kind of abandoned Final Fantasy, the way Final Fantasy used to be. It used to be a turn-based RPG. Heck, they turned Final Fantasy into a more of an action game than an actual turn-based RPG. And a lot of people are, of course, upset over that, obviously. Of Square abandoning the whole, let's make Final Fantasy, let's have a turn-based Final Fantasy game, obviously, as well, here. And that's what this video here. Goodbye.